Hey, it's Mike Kim here. Welcome to this episode of You Are the Brand. And today we're going to talk about why a great message is not enough to get you opportunities and exposure and what you need to focus on instead. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome to this episode of You Are the Brand. So excited to be with you today. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you click like and subscribe below so that you never miss an episode. If you're listening on the podcast, welcome back. So good to have you today. Now, I'm going to jump right into today's topic. So many people I meet who are looking to build or grow their personal brand think that just having a great message is enough. And unfortunately, it's not. I'm going to go out on a limb here, say something a little bit controversial, but hang with me. In the personal brand space, the messenger is almost as important, or if not more important, than the message. Let me go even further. I'll just say it like this. In the personal brand space, 9 out of 10 times, the messenger is more important than the message. Now, you might say, Mike, whoa, dude, I'm not sure I agree with you. Let's unpack this a little bit. Let's say you and I drive down to our local bookstore, Barnes & Noble. We pick up one of the best books out there, right? A personal development book. And we take all the contents of that book and we put it on another book and we put your name on that cover. Same title, your name, right? Same title, your name. Okay, we take one of Tony Robbins' books, let's just say for example, and we put your name on the cover. Same title, same content. Is it going to sell as well? Probably not, right? No offense to you, no offense to me. Let's just be realistic about this. That is personal branding. Are you starting to see what I'm saying? This guy has a reputation. He has expertise, sure. He has an idea, sure. He has ideas, expertise, a personality. But his reputation in that instance is what is selling that book. Okay, so we have to understand that great messages, yes, great messages can help, but at some point, once you build this personal brand, it doesn't matter what you say. It's just you have this reputation that people will open their wallets, open their ears, open their eyes, open their stages, because you are you. That's why I'm saying over and over again, you are the brand. You have to see this as multifaceted. It's not one or the other. Yes, you have to have a great message. That will help. That will never hurt you, but it's not enough. Okay. Now, oftentimes when I talk to my students, my clients, even in my coaching programs, I meet a lot of people who say, Mike, I have this great message. I want to share this message with the world. I want to share this message in all these different areas of society, leadership, business, personal growth, life coaching, health and wellness, you name it, relationships. And I say to them, that's wonderful, but I want to get the word message out of your vocabulary right now. I want to focus on what are you a subject matter expert in? That's the real key. What are you a subject matter expert in? What do I mean by that? Recently, I was trying to explain this to some of my clients. We were holding a class and I asked someone on the call, hey, what's your message? You know, what's kind of the area of expertise that you have? What do you want to talk about as a personal brand and as a personal brand business? And he said, I want to talk about personal growth. I said, that's wonderful. And no one will ever say yes to you speaking on personal growth unless your name is Tony Robbins or likewise, unless you have a reputation already. And that, of course, begs the question, well, what do I do if I'm just starting out then? How do I build that reputation? What are you saying, that only famous people can go talk about personal growth? And I parsed it down and asked him, okay, let's take this big umbrella that is personal growth. What about personal growth have you succeeded or had results in? And he said, actually one of the biggest contributors to my personal growth has been meditation. And I said, okay, that's a start. Meditation, you can go on a podcast and pitch speaking on meditation. That's better than saying personal growth. You see, it's still under the same umbrella. It's just more specific. And then I asked him, what kind of meditation? What particular type of meditation? Or is there a certain protocol you follow? Is there a certain time of the day? And he said, morning meditation. I said, that's even better. You can, because you had results with morning meditation in your life, and maybe you've helped others attain results with morning meditation in their lives so that it leads to their personal growth, you can go be the morning meditation person. Not forever, not for your whole career, but at this stage of your career, you can use that topic, that subject matter, to get onto podcasts and get onto stages and write some content and create some content around it where people start to associate you as a subject matter expert in morning meditation, and then, of course, overall in health, wellness, and personal growth. You see, even for me, as a marketer, the worst thing anyone can say about what I do is that he's a marketer. Marketer's too broad. Marketing is too broad. So early on, I established myself as a subject matter expert in copywriting. That got me a lot of exposure. It led to a lot of client deals. Influential people hired me. That's how I got in. And as I was doing that, though, I really built my brand around personal branding. I wanted to be known more for personal branding. That's what really lit me up in the morning, helping people like you and other folks build their personal brand, not necessarily copywriting, even though I was okay at it. You see? So I became a subject matter expert in copywriting and personal branding. Those are subsets, really small subsets of marketing. There are a million things marketers do. Design, websites, Facebook ads, you name it. I niche down into those two things. And I know that word niche can throw us off, but I'm really asking you, what are you a subject matter expert in? As you grow that credibility, more doors open for you. People hear about you. People start to see your name everywhere. And then they just start asking you to come on just because you're you. At this point in my career, I'm not sharing this to brag. I'm just using myself as an example. I've built enough credibility and influence with people that they just trust whatever I'm going to share is really good. Now, it's still under the umbrella of marketing. It's still under the umbrella of messaging. It's still under that umbrella. But people say, hey, can you come speak at my conference? I'm actually here in Denver speaking at a conference. My friend Lauren Johnson, a high performance coach, asked me to come speak. And she said, I just want you to speak about whatever you want to speak about. I just trust you. I trust your reputation. You have a book out. We've met before. I just trust you. Just share whatever you think is going to really help my people. The messenger is just as, if not more important than the message. One last illustration. In my own life, growing up, I went to church a lot. This is what Korean people did back then. We went to church and played golf, right? And I have probably sat through 4,000 sermons in my life, and I calculated this, multiple times a week for many, many years. You can get to that 4,000 number. It's probably more than that pretty quick. You can get there pretty quick, right? And I think about the message versus the messenger, right? And here is whatever context we're talking about, religion, philosophy, just politics, whatever. There's a message, and it's supposed to be this great message, right? And we'd hear these messages from a messenger, a pastor, a priest, whoever it was. And some people just seem to carry more weight and credibility than others. Some people, even though the message was the same, right? We listened more to the person who had the senior authority in the church versus the, youth group speaker or some guest speaker, right? Because that person carried more weight. Now, unfortunately, there were a lot of times that this happens all the time in that space. The messenger fails to live up to the message that they're sharing. This happened to me with one of the key leaders in my life. And I grew up years listening to him, and then he had a falling out, right? He did some really bad things. And what happened there? Not only is the messenger discredited, and we're like, man, that guy told us to live our lives this way, and he did the exact opposite, right? But what happens there once that happens? Now you start to question the message itself. You start to question the message itself. That's why, and this is going to sound cliche, but I'm going to quote the name of the book in the show. You are the brand. You. It's not just the message. It's you, the messenger. All these things have to work together. All right? Now, let me close this episode, short episode today. Let me close this and help you clarify what you are a subject matter expert in if you're not really sure yet. And I want to credit my buddy Robbie Fowler from the Brand Ed podcast. You should check him out. He's a brilliant dude. We work a lot on projects together, and I've got to credit him for sharing this with me. I'm going to ask you 2 questions to help you establish or get clarity on what you might be a subject matter expert in. What do you have results in, and what do you research? I'll say that again. What do you have results in, and what do you research? Earlier, I shared that example. This guy's saying, hey, I want to teach personal growth. Well, what do you have results in? What's helped you attain results in your personal growth? Meditation. Okay, cool. That's really good. What about meditation? And we nailed it down to the morning routine, right? And what do you research? Oh, I research other personal development books all the time. I love this stuff. And I started looking at what to do in the mornings. And I've done the same thing. My morning meditation, I'll share that routine maybe on a future episode. But I tell everybody about it now. I love it, what it does for me. It energizes me. Here I am on the road. And I just went through it this morning before creating this episode with you, for you. And these are things that have helped me attain results in my performance and my energy levels over the last 6 to 7 months. Amazing. Now, I might not be a morning meditation or morning routine expert for the rest of my life, but it's certainly something I can share with you. And I can share this over and over and over again. And if I'm really passionate about it, people will start to invite me to come on. Hey, you're an entrepreneur. You travel all the time. You've built a good business. You've done some things in your life. What is the key to your success? And I might say, I want to talk about my morning meditation or my morning routine. So that's how it works. So ask yourself those 2 questions. What do you have results in? And what do you research? Hey, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did and you're watching here on YouTube, I want to encourage you to hit like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you're listening on the podcast, thanks for tuning in, and it would mean so much to me if you would leave a rating and review, especially on Apple Podcasts. It helps get word out about the show. And do not forget, I've got a free gift for you. I don't want you to miss this. You can download a free copy of the entire audiobook version of my Wall Street Journal and USA Today best-selling book, You Are the Brand. All you have to do is go to MikeKim.com/YATB audio. You are the brand audio, YATB audio. The link is right here in the show notes for the podcast. The links are right down below in the video description. If you're watching on YouTube, that book will help you build your personal brand step by step. Thanks for joining me today. Till next time, live your message, love your work, leave your mark on the world, and I will see you back here on the next episode.